Hello and welcome to In the Studio with Pentart. Today is such an exciting day. I've been waiting for a long time to be able to do this one. We're going to be talking about the Pentart Fineline Crackle. This one is unique, creates a very beautiful look. There are a few steps that you absolutely need to follow to make sure it is perfect, but if once you master those steps, it really and truly is easy, not easier. Okay, so we are coming to you live. We are on both Facebook and YouTube. So we are going to, let's see, I have comments for Facebook here and comments for YouTube over here, so I'm going to try to keep up with both of them. And let's see, Stephanie's here. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for joining. So now, Fineline Crackle. I know you have questions. Save them for the end. There will be a question and answer session. I will go over every question. I won't leave this live until I've answered every question. Also, I have a handout for the Fineline Crackle that you can have. It has everything that you need to know. I'll tell you how to get that, but that I won't tell you till later. What else? Let's see who else is here. Cindy's here. Hi, Cindy. It's on YouTube. Here's a comment. I love the fine line. Just had to get used to the no water thing. Yes, no water. Water is bad. All right. So I have several things lined up. It's all prepped, ready to go. There should be very minimal drying. The only drying that will take part is when I want to add more cracks. Speaking of which, okay, I do have my heat gun. I've got everything set. Hey, Brenda, welcome. All right. So if you're ready to learn about the Fineline Crackle, drop me in the comments. I want to see who's here and who is ready to learn about the Fineline Crackle. Drop me in the comments. All right. Okay, we have, let me see. We have Patty says, my favorite, I love the Fineline Crackle. Yes, I haven't met anybody who doesn't like or love the Fineline Crackle. Even the people that may have messed up or didn't have the best results still love the Fineline Crackle. So, Laura's here from Tampa. Yay, my daughter's in Tampa right now. Hey, Sandy, Brenda, welcome. All right, so I hope I have all the supplies because if you saw the story this morning on Pentart USA, you know how many supplies I had to have ready for today. Oh, let me put my little graphic up. I forgot. Don't want to do that. All right, so without any further ado, I'm going to share my screen or bring it down. And look, I have, whoops, wrong one, me. I have this beautiful bunny. Now, this is a decoupage queen paper. Let me get that in the picture. It's a decoupage queen rice paper. And this is, I think, from 2 years ago. Regardless, it is darling. Hey, Rosalind. And Boo Bear. Boo Bear? That can't be my daughter, Boo Bear. Oh, hi, please shout me out. Boo Bear. Well, I just want to let you know that Boo Bear is my daughter's nickname, and we've called her Boo Bear since she's been, I don't know, 8 months old. So that just strikes me. I love Boo Bear. Stephanie's here. Okay. Classic Crackle, we're going to compare. So just make sure you, let me put me in this little, if I can put me in the window so you can see me too. Is that going to work? There I am. Okay, so the Classic Crackle we're going to look at, compare it right along with the Fineline, but I need to do this step first. Here's the project. So this one, I just have the decoupage paper on. We are ready to apply our Fineline. Now, the Fineline, I'll put it under here so you can see it. It is made up of two components. Component 1 and component 2. Two different products, but you need to do these two together to get your Fineline. They'll say Fineline on it. And another tip, just like the antique and the wax base, if you look really close at the marketing, it shows you a picture of fine lines. I'll show you the Crackle one in a little bit because the Classic Crackle will show you classic crackles. So that's a good way to know the difference. But for what we need to do is we're going to start with 1. 1, 1, 1. Now, you're going to notice when I open it, look, it's a thick white substance. The trick is you need to put it on with a clean, dry brush. Not a brush that you've recently washed. Oops, there's some powder flew out of that one, so we're not going to use that brush. Okay, that one, here we go. Nothing flying out of this one. So, clean, dry brush. Now, you'll know when you have enough on or when it's time to get more on your brush because your brush will pull. It'll stop. Some people, I feel, don't put enough of it on. I don't think there's a thing as too much. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to see. Join room. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to apply it. I'm only going to put it on the inside here. So when I put it on here, I'm just going to do it in sections. You don't want to overwork it. Overwork means adding too many brush strokes, like back and forth too many times. You'll know when you need more because like right here where I don't really have a lot, my brush kind of stops a little bit. So that's a clue. Hey, get more component 1 on your brush. You will also notice on here that it is not balanced. It is not even. I might have it thicker in some areas, thinner in other areas, and that's okay. What is beautiful about this is it goes on white, and when it's ready, it'll be clear. Oh, that's something I needed. I knew I forgot something. I always forget something. I forgot a water. But you know what I do have here is my drinking water, so I'll just throw some in a cup here. That way I don't totally ruin my brushes. Let's see. I'm going to go back to some comments here. We got... I thought that rabbit was in a frame. No, it's actually in a wood arch, a blank. So that is component 1. You put it on and you let it dry. Walk away. If you can help it, don't rush it. Don't use your heat gun. We do it as creators online to show you demonstrations to do it faster so we can do it all in one setting. But if you can help it, set it aside, let it dry naturally. You'll know it's dry when it looks like this. You'll see it's very shiny. There's no white shadows. There's no white, no white at all. So you know it's dry. Yes, it took me a long time to prep all these because I have several different things ready to go here. But that's okay. It's going to be worth it because you guys are going to learn a lot. So now, component 1 is dry. I'm going to turn this a little bit. There we go. And we need to move on to component 2. Now, don't shake it. If you need to, you can just simply stir it with a little stick. Generally, let me see, there's a stick right here. Generally, anytime you shake it, it could just get bubbles and stuff, and you don't want that. So if you need to, or you feel you need to, just give it a good stir. Does not have a bad smell at all. You know what's crazy is that it's basically, both of these are 1 and 2 are water-based, but on part 2, there's a little bit of very little bit solvent in it, but when they react together, it is like a chemical reaction, so it changes everything. So that is why I'll tell you a little later what we're going to need to seal it. So how to apply component 2. This is what it looks like. It's like an amber color. Clean, 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 dry brush. Dry. Not even a little wet. Dry, dry, dry. Totally dry. Just stick it in and brush it on. This also you don't want to overwork. So I just kind of cover one area and then just go back to the area next to it. I just break it off into chunks. And generally I'm very aware of where I put it, where I have it. If you are putting it on and you don't remember exactly, you think you might have missed, you can kind of just put it up into the light and the light will reflect off of it and you can see exactly where you do or where you might not need anymore. So I just put in a nice even coat. It doesn't really go on evenly. You can sit here and brush it back and forth, but you don't really want to overwork it. It's basically self-leveling. So what it's going to do is it's going to kind of sit on here. It's going to kind of just smooth out. So that's all you do for component 2. Simple. So far it's been really easy. Component 1, let it totally dry. Component 2, now we're going to let this totally dry. But we're not drying this. I have one ready. I did not want to make you guys wait. So here we go. Oh my gosh. So there's a lot of questions, a lot of comments. I'm going to address all of those at the Q&A session at the end because I really want to get to this demo without confusing some people or bringing up different subjects. So let me get it to where you can see the crack. So just give me a second to hit the light just right. There you can see right here. Oh, there we go. See the cracks? My ring light is really bouncing off there. Let me see if we can do it this way. Oh, you know what? Let me try this. Let's do another camera angle. Oh, right up here. All right, so let's go. Oh, here we go. See the cracks? I'm trying to keep it off my ring light that's bouncing off it, but you can see the cracks. See how large they are? Let me get back over here. See how large some of these cracks are? Right here, see, they're really big. Somebody commented the other day and asked me a question. They were like, why do I have cornflake size crackle? I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, this is ready. It's dry. It's sat over 24 hours. If you can help it, let it dry naturally. You will get better results. Can you force it dry? Absolutely. Do you need to? No. I always find it's better when you let it dry naturally. Now, you saw how big some of these cracks were, correct? So what we're going to do is I'm going to start decorating them. Well, you know what? Let's do this one thing real quick. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to show you what happens if you, is this plugged in? Nope. Let me plug this in real quick. If you heat up some of your cracks, do you have to do this? Absolutely not. But sometimes the cracks are so big that you just want to get, a different look. My cord is hanging down. Let's get this up. There we go. So when I take my little heat gun, you can use a blow dryer, a heat gun, any kind of heat source. And I'm just going to do this area right over here. So that way when we put the antiquing paste, everything in the cracks, you can see where it went from big to little in certain areas. Sometimes it's nice to have a variety of cracks, but I'm going to show you another way that you can get that too. Okay, so I can already see that the heat is causing more and more cracks. And because it's heating, it's going this way. I can feel the heat over here too, so it sent smaller cracks this way too. All right, now, I still see a lot of comments coming in. I can't read them right now, only because I can't see it. But I will do it at the end with question and answers. So now, when you're decorating your cracks, you can put several different things in it. The easiest one, the one it's designed for, is the antique paste. The antique paste is meant to go in the cracks. Plain and simple. Antique paste comes in a variety of colors. I grabbed 3. I have some gold, some umber, and then some white, just so you can see. But you can also use mica powders or the metal powder. The only difference between the mica and the metal is there's metal in there. Colors are beautiful. And I didn't grab one. You can also put the rub-on pigment in here. If I did that last week with the Classic Crackle, and it was gorgeous. Okay, oh, look at this. Before we decorate, we have a little visitor. Wait, I'll wait till she gets her camera ready, and then I'm going to tell you. We have somebody here. There she is. Okay, I'm going to pull you up and just give me 1 second.
Okay.
We have a surprise visitor real quick here. Hey, welcome, Megan.
Hello. How's it going in Fineline Crackle Land?
It's awesome. I'm so excited. I love this project. But listen, why are you here?
I just wanted to announce that we're going to give away a Fineline Crackle kit today.
Yay!
We're going to pick somebody from the comments. So ask all your questions. Let us know that you're here, and we'll pick somebody at random and announce it. When will we announce it?
Maybe right after the video. We'll go through all the questions. I see a ton of them coming through on YouTube. I can't really see them because it's really small print.
Yes.
But during the question and answer, I'll lift to my computer. I'll make sure I'll go through every single one of them. So.
Okay. Yeah. So make sure you comment.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how do we want to pick a winner?
Just at random, right? Okay. Through the comments.
Yeah, through the comments. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, perfect.
Ask a question or just tell Shannon how cute she is and what a great job she's doing. Whatever you got to say.
Tell us real quick, what is included in the Fineline Crackle Starter Kit?
You get a little Fineline Crackle set, plus your solvent, glossy, clear varnish, and a little umbra. Do you say umber or umbra?
Well, you know what? Some of them are, it depends on which version I get. Sometimes they say umbra, sometimes they say umber. I like to say umbra because it's more fun.
Okay. I'll be saying umbra from this point forward. And you get a little umbra wax. So you can, everything you need to make a perfect Fineline Crackle finish.
And they also get that beautiful.
Yes. Yes. You'll get an instructional card that you can keep with you. So when you forget something, it's right there. Awesome. I think we should, I was just telling someone, I think we should rebrand the Fineline Crackle jars. I don't know if everyone here will get this reference. You probably will. Where one of them has Gizmo and then the other one has the scary gremlin, so that you know, once you go from step 1 to step 2, no water. You get a gremlin.
That's right. Or you'll have a lot of gremlins running around.
Yes. And don't feed it after midnight. That's another Fineline Crackle rule.
How true is that? Because you got to let it sit overnight. Don't touch it. Just let it be. Oh my.
Yes. God. I've been learning more and more. Just that because both of the components are water-based, right?
Yep.
So you can clean your brushes normally for either one of those components. It's the chemical reaction between them that gets in the water.
Yes. Yep.
I finally clicked.
I think it's component 2. There's one slight, like 0.001 something of a solvent in there, and when it mixes with, it just turns to a chemical reaction, and it's now you can't mix water with it anymore. I don't know, but I love it.
It's magical, but it hates water.
Yes.
Yes. All right, we'll get back to work. I'm excited to see this.
All right. Together. Well, thank you for stopping in.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Shannon.
All right. Bye. Okay, guys, back to the regular scheduled program. How awesome is that? Megan is going to give away a free Fineline Crackle starter kit. If you haven't tried the Fineline Crackle kit or any of the Fineline Crackles, you're going to want to put a comment in here, put a question in, because we're going to randomly select somebody, and we're going to mail it to you. So I'm excited about that because If you're watching this video, that means you're interested in it, or you might not have the product yet, but you're gonna get it. You can. Oh, Michaela's here. Yes. Okay. Wow, we have a lot of people here. This is awesome. Okay, if you're ready to see me decorate these gorgeous cracks, comment it. Drop in the comments. Cracks. Drop the word cracks in. That way I know you're ready to see it. All right. So we're gonna do different. We'll do some antique paste in white here. We're going to do some gold over here. And then I'm going to add some silver pigment over here, just so you can see the difference. It's really pretty. So let's start with this one. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so this one's just antique paste in gold. It's gorgeous. Some people use a brush. Some people use a finger. Some people will actually put gloves on and put it on, but I like to feel it. So, and I'm taking my finger and I'm pushing it into the cracks. Maybe I should zoom in on this one. So let me take me off the screen and then see if I can, oh no, I can zoom in with me still on the screen. Isn't that just cute? So let me just grab my towel. I wanted to get a clean one. I had one that was kind of dirty, but I want to make sure I use a clean one. So here's the gold. When I wipe this back, and I'm just lightly rubbing, and so you can see it on here. But look what happens. It stays in the cracks. Now the gold is a little bit more difficult to see, but trust me, it's there. Now over here, we're going to do some white. I like to mix them because it just gives a neat look. Oh, wow. Can you tell I use my white a lot? I barely have any left here. Oh, boy. Okay. So I'm just going to stick this here. Now, the white really pops on this blue. Look at that. I'll get my rag. I'm just going to lightly wipe it back. But look at the white. Isn't that just gorgeous? You see that? Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we have gold and we have white over here. Gold. And then the white. That ring light is really reflecting here. Let's take some of this silver. We're going to do the silver up here. This is just mica powder. Oh, this is the metal powder. Look at that. Beautiful color. So I'm going to take my little brush and we're just going to kind of push it in. Oh my goodness. This one might be my favorite. Wow. Ooh. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Let me just wipe this off. Wow. You can't even see it there. Yeah, it's really hard for y'all to see. Let me get my other camera angle here and let's just see if this one's going to work better. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous silver in there. Isn't that just amazing? Wow. Okay, I found my new favorite. There's the white. Beautiful. Here's the gold. But this silver metal pigment, I use this one. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's go back to this one. Okay. I just like to play with all my camera angles. Now, there's other colors. I thought I might throw a little bit of rose gold in here. Let's just do it. Why not? I don't know if this will be too much in there, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to try it. Because you know what? Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. What color was this one? Yes, rose gold. I was making sure because it kind of looks coppery. But it is the rose gold. Oops, I put a little too much out. Whoopsies. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm just, instead of trying to wipe all that back, I'm just going to, now I'll wipe it. Had to get the loose stuff off. So, but watch this. So it kind of looks like hot mess right here. But once you take your little cloth and you rub it, it gathered there because that's where the antique paste was. But so this is a little more subtle. Let me get that other camera angle again real quick, just so you can see it up close. So see that? See the rose gold? Isn't that just beautiful too? So right now I have a bunch of different colors going on here. But what's nice is it kind of gives it a different, just a different look. It's not all the same, because when you have an antique or a vintage item, it doesn't age all the same, right? Right. All right. So now, generally you want to let the mica powder and everything kind of just settle in. Now, what we got to do is we have to talk about sealing. So while this is settling down for a second, I'm going to talk about sealing. This is the most important step, and this is where a lot of people make a mistake. So listen very carefully. You only want to use a solvent-based sealer. The easiest way I can tell you what a solvent-based sealer is, it stinks. Water-based sealer will not stink. A solvent-based sealer will stink. Now, Pentart has a couple of different kinds of the solvent-based. They have their glossy. It's called clear varnish, and this is where it gets a little tricky. Sometimes I know when I first started Pentart, I got all confused. Like clear varnish gloss, then there's clear varnish matte, and then there's something else called glossy varnish solvent base. I was like, what? But once you learn them, you kind of get what they do. These ones are called clear varnish. One's matte, one's glossy, but they're clear. And these are solvent. They don't say solvent on them, but when I open them up, they stink. So I know that these are the solvent ones. Then they have an antique or an amber looking color one. This one's called glossy varnish, but it says right on it, solvent base. So that way you don't ever get, confused. Right, Sandy? I did see your comment. It stinks really bad. But you know what? Just make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. I keep a little fan always handy, especially when I'm using resin or like the new wood cast, a new product. But I also have a garage door behind me that I can just open, and then I have a lot of fresh air. Scents really bother me, so it's nice to have the fan just blowing fresh air on me. Or sometimes I'll have it sideways, where it'll push the solvent-based smell that way, and that way I don't be affected. I'm not affected by it. So Pentart has the clear varnish. These are solvent-based, but they also have water-based varnish, and we do not want to use this one. I'm going to show you what happens when we use this one later, but let me just show you. We're going to pick, we'll do gloss. You know why? Because it's already glossy, it's shiny, so let's carry it out. So we're just going to open it up. Woo! A little pungent, but it's going to do its job. I'm going to grab a brush. There's another clean, dry brush. And then we're just going to give it a nice light coat. What this is going to do, it's going to stop the fine line crackle from cracking more. It's going to hold the mica powder in. And it's going to make my project glossy. If you don't want your project glossy, choose the matte one. Where's the lid? I gotta lid this up. Woo! Okay. Side note, I know Michaela talked about it the other day, but the easiest way to clean your brush is with the Pentart solvent. It comes in a little jar. It can't be any easier. It says solvent right on it. It's normally clear, but mine has been used and used and used and used and used. All you do, let me move this so I don't spill any on there. Just like Michaela showed you, take your brush. Ooh. You kind of swish it around a little bit. Now this one's a sticky one too. Woo! And then you just dry your brush and look. Once it's 100% dry, it'll be nice and soft and ready to use. Whew. I'm going to have to link all these products in the bottom of this video, because I want you guys to have, you know, access. I want you to click a link and you can just get it. Do you have to use that solvent-based cleaner? Absolutely not. But it's super easy. It's super. You just throw the top back on it. You can use turpentine or alcohol, whatever. But this is handy. You can keep it right in your stash of craft supplies. All right. So now this is dry, and this is, or not dry. This is glossed with the solvent-based. It's ready to dry, and then we can hang it. Isn't that just beautiful? All right. So that is how you do the fine line crackle. Now I have this guy right here. This one you're going to really want to pay attention. This one you really, really, really need to pay attention. I'm going to zoom in on it. Now this one, we're going to demo what not to do. Do not do this, okay? Don't do it. So in the comments, drop no. No. Drop it in the comments for me. Let me know that you're still listening. No. So the first thing you don't want to do is you don't want to overheat it. Let me show you what happens if you overheat it. Overheating it means like if you're going to use your heat source and you overheat it, you can get bubble it, you can burn it, and it's melting it. Can you see that? Ew, we don't want that. So that's one thing you want to do. You want to make sure if you're going to use your heat gun, you move your source. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing you don't want to do is when you go to wipe off your excess antique paste or the mica powder, whatever you put in the cracks, you don't want to wipe it off with a baby wipe. Watch what happens. Oh my gosh, see, it sticks. Like I can't even wipe it off. It just sticks. It loses its shine, but it's becoming a gummy mess. It gets all cloudy, so you don't want to wipe away what you put in the cracks with a baby wipe. It just sticks and becomes yucky. Okay, so that's no number 2. First, don't overheat it. Second, no baby wipes. Now, I better put these caps on real quick, otherwise I'm going to make a mess. For those of you that see me do videos before, you know what I'm talking about. Now, the last thing for the no is I'm going to show you what happens when you put the water-based varnish on. So the water-based is actually a great varnish for the right project, not fine line crackle. Where's my brushes? Here's one. So look what happens when I brush this on. Clean, dry brush. Stick it in here. As I start to brush, oh no, see my brush is sticking? Oh! And this is where I have heard somebody say, oh my gosh, I ruined my project. I sealed it and it didn't work, blah, blah. And it's because, look at this. Look at that gummed up mess. It's sticky, it's cloudy, and you ruin the shine. That is because I use a water-based varnish. Don't do it. Look at that. It doesn't even like smooth, like go. So those are some no's. No, 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 double no. Exactly. So, no. There we go. No, don't do it. All right. Now we're going to compare something because people were saying, what is the difference between fine line and classic crackle? Well, number one, looking at it, I can tell right off the bat how shiny and porcelain-like the fine line is. The crackle is a little bit more, it's just not as shiny. And let me show you what I mean by that. Let's get this camera down here, this better angle. So here's the fine line. You can already see the fine line cracks. And then when you come over to the classic crackle, you can see the smaller cracks. Isn't that beautiful? So there is a huge difference. Now, I can make this shiny. All I have to do is put a gloss varnish on it. It'll make it really shiny. And it is shiny. It's just not as shiny as this one. Now, let me show you again. The Fineline Crackle has on the marketing right on top, that is what you're going to get. Those fine lines and the big flakes. Classic Crackle right on the jar, it has the Classic Crackle. So they did a very, very good job of decorating and marketing their products. But sometimes we just don't pay attention. I know I didn't pay attention, especially to the antique and the wax paste. So, all right. Let's see. I'm losing. Oh, it's this camera. I'm losing power on. All right. We won't show anymore. Let's see. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the same color. Let's just do Umbra. Yeah, see, mine says Umbra on it. And I'm going, well, the Umbra is just so dark. You know what? I really like this metal pigment. Let's do this. So we're going to go back to this one. This silver was absolutely gorgeous. This is actually the sparkling silver, not just the regular silver, but I'm hooked. I've used it for a few things, but it just didn't pop like it did on the blue. Let's see how it does with the bunny. So we're going to start with the fine line. And we're going to stick it in these cracks here. And lightly wipe it away. Oh my goodness. Wow. That sparkling silver is just amazing in those fine line cracks. Look at that. Gorgeous. Okay. Now let's see what it does on our Classic Crackle. Right now, it's just looks like it's painting my whole bunnies. Now let's wipe this back. Now this one has more cracks, so it's going to look like it's really covering it, but it's really just in the cracks. There are just so many cracks. That's why generally you use the Umbra or the Umber. Mine says Umbra on it. And actually, we can go ahead, we can put some over it just to see, because generally you use the Classic Crackle like to make it look like an old painting or something like that. So I'm going to put some down here just so you can see a little bit of a difference. The color that you put in the cracks will definitely have an effect on the outcome, your desired look of what you want. So you can see here I put the Umbra. And then there's a silver. But this is the difference between fine line crackle and classic crackle. The cracks are way different. This is to give you a porcelain look, ceramic. This is for an old painting look or just something old, an old piece of furniture where the the finish is coming off. So definitely two different looks. All right. I'm not going to seal these. You know what they're going to look like. They'll just be shiny. Because we still have more to get to. Oh my gosh. I have been talking a lot. Let me take a sip of water. Are you still with me, everybody? Remember, Megan is giving away a Fine Line Crackle starter kit. You won't want to miss the chance to win this. It's actually like 250 milliliter A and B components of the Fine Line Varnish, Crackle Varnish, and then you're going to get an Umbra or a gold. I don't know which one comes in it. Probably the Umbra. And then you're going to get a glossy varnish so you can't make a mistake. The solvent-based varnish. Very important. So it all comes. Okay. Oh, thanks, Charlotte. You know what? I do have my master's degree in teaching. So it's coming in handy. All right. Let's move on. I have 3 here. And what I wanted, the deal of this is I wanted to show you, let me get that centered. I wanted to show you, is there a difference if you put the components on different? And there is. It doesn't have anything really to do with component 1. It's more about component 2. Component 2, well, basically, the more component 2 you have, the bigger the cracks. And the less you put on, like the thinner the coat, the thinner the cracks are going to be. So I have here, I'm going to use, oh, this is low battery, but we're going to see how far we can go with this one, this camera angle. This one, I put it on thick. So you're going to see big cracks. Let's see if I can stay out of my ring camera. See the big cracks? See how big they are? You can see that? I can see it on my camera, but I don't know if you can't really see it. They're big. Those are big cracks. So this is what you get with thick component 2. Now this one, see how small they are? This is what you get with a thinner coat of component 2. So yes, you can control. Now this one, what I tried to do, let's see if it worked. The bottom, I did thin. See the smaller cracks? And the top, I did thick. A thick level of component 2. I wanted to just have it on the same piece so you could actually see it. So let's go ahead and decorate those real quick. That way, it'll probably be easier for you to see instead of me with my other angle. Let's do, oh my gosh, we'll do gold. What the heck? Gold, gold, gold. Yeah, I know, Linda, it's hard to see. But what I will do is after this, I will take pictures of everything and tell you what it was. That way, you can actually save the pictures. You can download them, print them, or screenshot them, whatever you need to do. So we're going to go with the large crack first. So this is with component 2, thick. I need to put it down so I can press in better. Oh. Okay, making sure I get it. I'm pushing into the cracks. And then when I wipe away, I'm just staying on the top level. I'm not pushing too hard to get into, but look at that. See how big those are? Component 2, thick. All right, so now which one was this one was the thinner one. Now this is with it being put on a little thinner. All right. Now this one you can see, especially like over here, smaller cracks. Not that much smaller, but they're still smaller. Now what I have over here, again, I did big, thick for big, thin for small. And if I were to use my heat source, it would get even smaller and more cracks. But we're not going to do that. I don't want to. I've been rambling. Let's see. Oh my gosh, 43 minutes. But I hope you're learning something. I truly hope that this is very beneficial for you. Do me a favor. Let me know that you're still here. Drop thick or thin in the comments. Which look do you like better? Do you like the thicker cracks better, or do you like the thinner cracks better? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to show you this one. Up here, I used the thick, so you can see they're pretty sporadic. They're bigger. And then down here, I used a thinner coat, so your cracks are going to be smaller, thick, thin component 2. Oh, yes, Jennifer, there will be a replay. This is on YouTube and it's on Facebook. All right. Okay, thin, small, thin. Oh, really? I'm surprised. I don't know. I kind of like these big, thicker ones. I don't know. You know what, though? To each his own. Honestly, I like it when it's varied. So sometimes I got a project, now that I'm very confident and comfortable with the fine line, sometimes I'll put it on thick here, thin here, thick here. When it's your project, you can do whatever you need to do. Now, you know that these are not done. I need to seal them with the solvent base. We're not going to do that. I've already showed you how to seal. I'm just going to put those to the side for later. I will seal them, though, before I take pictures. Okay. And last but not least, remember to stick around for Q&A on everything fine line. I see we got tons of questions here. So I'm going to get to all of them, but I want to show you one more thing. All right. there's some controversy with transfers and Fineline Crackle. I have always used a transfer and I've never had a problem. But I have heard so many people that have had a problem with transfers. So I was talking with Michaela from Paint Fixation the other day, and we were trying to come up with, like, why will it work for some things and not for other things? So we started kicking around the idea, well, you know what? I always put it over chalk paint, and I don't seal it. And then we start talking about, well, maybe they were using an all-in-one paint or an acrylic paint, and they sealed it, you know? So I have set up a few different scenarios just to test it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch them. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to see if the transfer started to pull up. In a month, I'm going to see how are the transfer. Are they still on? Or are they falling? Are they coming apart? Because I don't think it happens, from what I understand, I don't think it happens right away. I think it happens over time. So I want to watch it, and then I'm going to see, well, this one worked, this one did not work, or they all worked. So let's play. So this one is unsealed chalk paint with the transfer and then Fineline Crackle. Oh, good, Tanya. I love to hear that. I love to hear it. Sometimes I know I speak a little fast. That's just because I'm purely excited. All right. This one is unsealed acrylic paint, the Pentart acrylic paint. I use the Pentart chalky paint and the Pentart acrylic paint here. Unsealed before I put the transfer on. So I put paint, transfer, fine line. Now these two, I did sealed chalk paint and then the transfer. And this one I did sealed acrylic, then the transfer and fine line. Let me get these other bunnies out of the way. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put some of the antique paste in the cracks, seal it, and then I'm going to see if the solvent reacts to it, if it actually pulls it up, or if it's just maybe whoever like tried it and it didn't work. It was maybe their prep. I don't know what it is. I've never had a problem, but we're going to go ahead and try to get to some kind of conclusion. And this is going to be the last part before the Q&A, so I will go fast. We're just going to use the Umbra just for the heck of it. Brenda, you're too sweet. All right. Okay, this is fun. Okay, steel root. This will help. I've never had a problem with chalk paint with sealer built in, but I've had customers say transfers lifted. Thank you for testing us. What kind of paint were they using? I need to know. This will help. All right. I find that, and this is just my thought pattern, I think the unsealed ones are going to be fine because component one is like a glue varnish, and it's going to like seal down that transfer and glue it right into that chalk paint. So I don't think we're going to have any problems with the unsealed chalk paint, but that's just my guess. Does anybody else have a guess? All right, let's go ahead and throw some of this Umbra on. Ooh, so pretty. And I waited to do this step because maybe it's something in the antique paste. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going fast. Let me just slow down. That's just my excitement. All right, so let me wipe this one back. Look how beautiful that is. So far, so good. And I will create a picture. I will label it, and then that way you can check in. Maybe I'll do a monthly check-in on these. Ooh. Nope. Okay. A monthly check-in on it and see how they're doing. That's why I wrote on the very back of what everyone is, so I didn't forget. Sometimes, how many of you have ever said, oh, I'll remember, and then, nope, not so much. Okay, is this one? Nope, it's still on there. I just missed that with some. Okay. Megan, you're funny. Okay, what I need to know, is there anybody out there that has tried a transfer with the Fineline Crackle and had success? Write the word success in the lines, in the comments. Success. Or if you try to transfer in the fine line and it didn't work, write fail in the comments for me. Let me see those out there that have maybe tried this and had success or failure. I need to know, because I'm one of those people that has to know. That's why a lot of my videos are like, will it work? Testing it. Like, I just did one on my own page. I was testing some glue on gluing a piece of wood down on like, okay, ooh, this one looks like it's coming up a bit. I bet you, do you remember which one this is? Oh, I already know which one it is, and so far my theory is correct, which, you know, I guess that's why it's called a theory, because you just don't know, but it's a gamble. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of bubbling just a little bit. It's still on there, but all right. Let me seal them now, because that'll be the kicker, because sealing it seems to be when they seal it, it comes up, right? Success, success. Okay, good. Luann had success. Patty had success. Anybody else? Never tried, never tried. All right, well, let's just try. Let me get out the stinky stuff one more time. I do say it's stinky, but you know what? It is awesome to use. It's worth it. Okay, success, but different product, but loving Pentart products, better quality, and is always promising. Yeah, quality, I tell you what, if you're going to invest in making something, especially for a loved one, you want to have the best products. All right, let's go. I'm just going to brush it on. I'm not going to make sure that I have complete coverage on all the edges. I just want to make sure I get it over the transfer, because that's the area that I'm most concerned about. That's what I want to test. All right, let me get that lid back on there. And who knows what I'm going to clean my brush with? Put in the comments. Who knows? Who knows? Woo! Yes. Oh, wrong thing. I was going to clean it with my antique paste. Nope, that will not work. Solve it. Hey, Tina, welcome. Success and fail, but haven't figured out the difference. Okay, well, I would love if you remember, you can think back to what you maybe use, like what brand of paint, or, did you use any bonding? Yes, the solvent. Yes, yes, yes. All right. My sinuses are clear. I'm not kidding. There is a warning on it, so pay attention to the warning. Big ventilated area. Follow the directions. Always. If they say use gloves, especially with resin. Whew. All right. So let me just give this a look, and let's see. I don't see it coming up. Nothing there. This one, yes, is coming up. It's coming up. Ooh. Oh, here, let me see. It's coming up right here. See that? This one's coming up. I'll tell you what it is in just a second. And this one, I thought it was coming up, but I really don't see where it's. Oh, yep, it's bubbling. Yeah, look at that. Oh boy, look at this. It's peeling right off. See that? All right. Are you interested to know which ones it was? Take a guess. If you remember where I put them, it's okay. You can still answer. Do you think it... Wait, let me just peek real quick. I just want to make sure that I'm right. Yep. I was right. Ah! Okay. Was it the sealed or unsealed ones that lifted off? I'm so happy because, Michaela and I were talking about the other day when she came on to the retailer Make and Mingle. If you don't follow her already, follow her. Paint Fixation. She did a fabulous video on Fineline Crackle on Tuesday at 1 o'clock it was. And we talked about this afterwards. And you know what? I made a comment that I think it's because we unsealed. Yes, unsealed. Look, unsealed acrylic paint, not coming up. unsealed chalk paint. Not coming up. Now look at this. Sealed chalk paint coming up. Sealed acrylic coming up. Now, I don't want to throw a wrench into you and get you too confused, but I do have to tell you this. On these, I did, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I had to try it. Is there a difference between matte and gloss? I mean, yes, there's a difference between matte and gloss, obviously. Ignore I said that. Is there a difference between solvent-based sealer and a water-based sealer? Like which side? I noticed that it is coming up on this side of my board here, not on this side. And it's also coming up on this side of my board, not on this side. Well, there is a commonality. Do you want to know what it is? Okay, so it's on this side. When I flip it over, it's going to be whatever's on the back. It's SV, which means solvent-based. The solvent-based sealer that I put on the acrylic paint before I put on the fine line is causing the problem. The water-based side seems to be fine. You can see the solvent side is coming up. What a disaster. Now, on this one, this is the chalk paint sealed one. It's coming up right here, all the way through here. And guess what? Oh, wait. This is on the solvent-based, but also, though, solvent. So it's coming up on the solvent side, too. Isn't that interesting? Wow. So the water-based side is fine. It's the solvent side that's coming up. And I don't mean the final sealer. I mean in between the chalk paint and the transfer. Interesting. All right, that's enough of that. We'll have a flyer for that. I'll tell you more about that. But I actually want to watch it because who knows what's going to happen. Right, Michaela? Yes. It's reacting to the solvent sealer. And, right, it is major. I'm going to have to rewatch it to make sure that I said everything correctly. But that we'll have to put in a separate video of transfers and Fineline Crackle because I knew it worked because I always did it. And I figured, you know what, I'll have to be honest. When I first started with Pentart, I did this picture and I didn't know any better. Everybody's like, oh, you have to seal, you have to seal, you have to seal. Well, I didn't. I put my transfer right on my chalk paint, put my Fineline Crackle right over it, no sealing it, and it was fine. And everybody was like, it doesn't work. It comes up. I was like, what? I wonder what I did. What, me being lazy, not knowing how to use the product? But actually, it worked in the end, in the long run. All right, we got a lot of questions. Real quick, Michaela has a good one. She said, wouldn't most people be using water-based sealers over the transfers? Absolutely. What I mean to say is, I guess I should have said it this way. According to my sheet here, my cheat sheet, I did unsealed acrylic paint and then the transfer and then component one. I didn't seal that in between there. I didn't seal the transfer because I feel component one is the sealer. The one that's pulling up, like right here on this one, when I flip it over, when I really look at this, oops, that one didn't have the directions. This one does. I have sealed chalk paint or sealed acrylic paint, transfer, oh, and then sealed again, my bad, and then sealed the transfer, and then fine line. Okay, I know I'm starting to confuse people. I don't want to do that, so I'll do a separate video on it. Just know that you are capable of using transfers with the Fineline Crackle with certain steps. We'll do a flyer for it. I will send it out, put it up somewhere. Just follow us on, if you haven't followed us yet, Make sure you follow us on YouTube and Facebook. Of course, there's always TikTok, Instagram, whatever. But we're really good. I'm going to be pushing a lot of this information more on YouTube because our YouTube videos live and stay there. I don't have to worry about downloading them or them deleting. So we're going to be heavy on the YouTube. All right. So make sure you follow us on YouTube. If you don't follow us now, get over on there to YouTube. Plus, YouTube now will show the video horizontal and vertical at the same time, depending on which way you want to view it. So that's really good. All right. Now comes the question and answer part. And I'm going to put, I guess I'll just go to me. Let's just go to me. I know there's a lot of questions out here. So let me start. Well, let's start with YouTube because I have to actually hold that. Pull it up. Get some water. We got a lot of questions. And I know if I close out of YouTube, I'll lose all these questions. So I want to make sure that I answer them. Looks like the YouTube thread is a little behind. Let's see. Good morning. I just learned something I didn't know. You're supposed to stir a component too. Yeah, it's beneficial if you do. You don't have to, but you stir it. It's way better than shaking it. Don't shake it because that is ultimately like overworking it and bubbles. Okay. Hey, Megan, are you still with us? If you are, I mean, I know how busy you are, but if you're still here, you want to randomly select somebody. There's YouTube and Facebook comments. You want to do that? Just say yay or nay if you're still here. All right. I would like to know what you use to decorate your panels. The paper is beautiful. Oh gosh, what is this called? Oh my goodness. This right here. This paper is gorgeous. It's Decoupage Queen. It's a bunny paper. And is anybody out there that knows what this is called? Megan, do you remember what this is called? This is Decoupage Queen paper. I know I'm putting you on the spot too, but I forget what it's called. I can run over there and look, but I don't want to step away from the camera just yet. We will get you that name. Okay, so we'll come back with that paper name. What is the largest size you have? And I use it so much, I'm constantly buy it. What? I don't understand that one. What is the largest? Oh, the largest size paper we have. We have the big ones, but those are special order. We don't keep those in stock because it's too hard to know what people want in the big format. Because they come from anywhere from A4 to A0 and humongous. So if you let your retailer, your Decoupage Queen retailer, know what size and what decoration paper you want, they can order it for you. It generally takes about 6 weeks. You missed the beginning. That's okay. You could do it on the replay. I go between gold and silver online. I like the idea of white. Yes. Ooh, Patty just ordered the turtle green. I love it. When I use Rogue Gold paste, it sticks to the top of my piece and not just the cracks. No matter how quickly I rub it off, then I need to use clear wax. Really? Is it because... So I have a question from Stephanie. Stephanie, are you using... You're saying you're putting the rose gold in the cracks. Well, to me, if you're using... I think you're using wax paste. And that's not really designed for the cracks. It's more for the peaks. So that could be your problem. Change your color and it should be fine. I know you can put wax paste in, but the wax paste is meant to go on the peaks, so you could have some remnants. Definitely, though, you're on the right track of using transparent wax to eliminate the extra. Okay. I don't have a solid clear wax. The best one, I don't have it sitting here, is Pentart has a clear, it's called transparent wax paste. That'll erase whatever you put on that you don't need. All right. Did you score? Yes, I did. I have a question here. I ran to an estate sale. This first thing I did was I woke up, I baked my sourdough bread, 2 loaves. Then I ran to an estate sale and got some treasures, came back, finished setting up. So, yes, thank you, I did. No, yes, say no, say no. Are there any more questions here? I'm trying to scroll down. There we go. Okay. Well, I learned that you're supposed to stir components. Everybody said that. I didn't even shake it. Okay, we have some people talking back and forth here. I found my crackle came out better in the winter when my house was warm to dry overnight. Yes, temperature, humidity affects your cracks. So if you live in Florida, like I used to, totally different dry time effect than, say, New York, where Megan sent me a picture this morning of snow on her bird bath. Very cold. Different. Depends on what temperature keep your house to. So Mr. Cottontail, I think you're right. That might be Mr. Cottontail. Okay, I thought I had used it once and had nothing happen to my project, so I'm sure I did not put top coat on it before the fine line crackle. Okay, great video. I missed the beginning, so I have to rewatch it. You're welcome. Estate sales, fun. Okay, I think I'm caught up on YouTube. So let me go over to, Lynn. Yes, thank you. I have help. Thank you, ladies. Now, I've got a lot of questions here, and I'm hoping that I can get to all of the. Oh boy. Okay. There's a lot here, so I'm going to just kind of scroll through some of these and see what I can get. Yes, it will have a replay. I have learned a lot. Thank you. You are welcome. Thin, thick. It is great to have options on applying it with different results. Absolutely. I'm not seeing any questions. Like the bigger. I haven't tried this before. You definitely have explained it better to me. Well, that's good. Good. And I have a really informative handout or flyer, whatever you want to call it, that I have available in PDF. So I'll put that out there, or I'll let you know where you can get it. I just wanted to make sure I double checked to make sure that everything was correct on it. Plus, I need to add a part about transfers. Okay. Success. Never tried it. Okay, here we go. Brenda put, I used a mineral based, an all-in-one paint, then used the mica powder, transfer, coated with solvent-based top coat, failed after 6 months. Okay. Yeah, to me, it seems that putting a transfer over a mica powder, I think the mica powder might go on top of the transfer. Transfer should probably be under it, would be my guess. So she's been afraid to use a transfer. Well, don't be afraid. Okay, here we go. Lori says, "Oh, how sweet. Between Shannon, Lynn, and Mara, you all teach us so much." Yes. Oh, well, we love doing it. You can just tell. What else? Questions. Solvent. One time, I'm thankful for not having smell-o-vision. Yeah, pretty punyan over here. All right. Here we go. What was the solvent-based cleaner you use, please? It's actually called solvent. Mine is so old, it's kind of, it said solvent right there. It does say it up here too, but it's just like a turpentine kind of, it's just in a small jar that you can stick your brush in, swish it around, dry it off, and your brush is clean. Then you can securely put the cap back on and use it again and again. Very helpful. And Pentart, it's by Pentart. Follow Michaela. Yes, Michaela is paint fixation. She was on Tuesday at 1:00 for the Make and Mingle retailers. We did that one already. So it's best not to seal before. So Tanya's asking, so it's best not to seal before your project is on the last step. It really depends, because sometimes you might be at a stage where you have to seal whatever you're using and then put something else on top. So that is a really tough question, because it really depends on what you're using and what you're going to what your final project's going to be. So that's really hard for me to answer. I'm sorry. If you ever have a problem or a question when you're layering different products, just email me and I'll be happy to help. Oh my gosh, what? I have got to get 37 staples taken out. Anyone would take my place? Oh my goodness. I had an allergic reaction to Dermabond. Wow. Well, good luck in getting the 37 stitches removed. I'm so sorry to hear that. If I had dark paper, should I use white paste? Well, dark paper, the white will show up brilliantly. I also think that shimmery silver, or what was it called? I don't want to mispronounce it. It was, sparkling silver would be a good choice too. So if you have darker paper, the lighter colors will look better. Lighter colors, the darker colors will look better. But if you want it to not be so dramatic, you can just pick a color that's slightly different. Depends on the look you're going for. Yeah, the water-based sealer didn't have an effect the solvent-based did, but the best result was no sealer. And when I'm talking sealer, that's before you put on the fine line crackle. Definitely have to use solvent over the fine line, but you already have that component 1 and the component 2, so that's not going to affect it because the component 1 will be completely dry. I don't think it will depend on your chalk style paint and the dry time before applying the transfer. Not all chalk style paints will accept a transfer without being sealed. They tend to peel off sometimes. Yeah, the only time it really peels off, and I'm talking true chalk paint. I'm not talking about an all-in-one because sometimes it's a mineral, whatever. But if it has acrylic or something in it, it's not real chalk paint. I'm talking Dixie Belle is, 95% chalk paint, and then Annie Sloan. As long as that chalk paint is 100% dry, you're not going to have a problem. Most people have a problem with transfers in chalk paint or paint lifting because their paint is not dry. Make sure your paint is dry. Let it dry for a day or two, or if you live in Florida, let it sit out in the sun. It dries quickly. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm editing the video for Wicast so you can see exactly which glue worked. I just have to voice over it. I'll be putting on my page later. Brush with 1-step and 2-step can both be washed in water, sealer, and solvent. Absolutely, Chris, you got it. Solvent is the cleaner for the sealer. Yes. Think of it stinky. Stinky, clean, stinky, and like water will do the non-sticky. Stinky. Okay. Lynn, thank you. Paste. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of stuff on here, guys. Very informative. I'll be back. It's stunning. Oh, let's announce the winner. I'm sorry. I've been yapping. Okay. Sorry. Do you have the winner? Or can I pull you up on screen? Are you ready? Are you here? You want to come back? Are you still here? No. Let's see. Let's see if I'm here. Kayla's here. Okay. Are you still here, Megan? I'm sorry. I know I've taken up a lot of your guys' time. I apologize. But if you're still here, do you want to come up on screen and announce it? Or you want to text me the winner? Whatever's easier for you, Megan. I just look at this. But now I'm gonna have 3 of the same project. I do have a little antique booth at the mall here, so I'm just gonna finish decorating these, and then I'm going to try to sell them. Oh, I get you. That's enough. I'll have to try that. Well, I'm gonna have to try that on the big transfers, like you say, because they're so big. Maybe I'll have to do it. Okay, I think we should give people a chance to watch the replay. Oh, okay. We can do that if that's more. But sometimes it's nice that they were here and actually stuck out the whole video. But your call. You're giving it away, so you can make that decision. But Lynn, I'm definitely going to have to try that because I wonder about that. But it is, even though the little one, it's still. And now as we're sitting here, let me check these one more time. Let me share the screen. So this is really lifting up here. Yep. this one. Lifting up, lifting up. Oops. No lift. And no lift. All right, Megan. Yes, pick now. That'd be great. And then what we'll do is we'll link the starter, fine line starter kit in here. And then if they didn't win it, they can actually buy one if they want. We only have limited quantities. I think there's only 50 of them. And I know we've already sold a bunch. Anyway, today was a lot of fun. Again, here, let me show you this while we're waiting for Megan. Let me see if she's coming in here. Nope. The difference between the Crackle Classic and the Crackle Fine Line. What a difference. So based on what you want your final outcome to be, if you ever get confused again, right here on the fine line, it shows you what the cracks are going to look like. And the Classic does the same thing. Oh, I do want to say this. Oh, here we go. There's our winner. Lisa Cruxel. All right, if that is you, Lisa, DM us your information, your email or your phone number, and we can contact you to get your mailing. This is the winner. Yay! I love it. Oh, pancakes. Oh my God, that sounds so good. There's one last thing I want to say though before I leave. I'm going to leave that up for a second. Just so you know, all component ones over here, component ones are the exact same. So Fine Line Crackle component 1, Classic Crackle component 1, cracking primer component 1, any component 1 crackle is the exact same. And let me show you this. There's also something called cracking primer universal, all the same. So if you're doing a project and you run out, or you accidentally, if you're like me and you spill something and you need some, you can just simply get the cracking primer. So that is good information to know. All right, guys. So there is our winner. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. A lot of us know a lot about the fine line, and if we don't know, we will test it. I will keep you posted on how the transfers, after like a month, 2 months, even a year. Hopefully I'll remember where I put them. But anyway, thanks for joining. And again, Lisa Cruxel, DM us or message us your phone number or email, or how we can get in touch with you so we can get your email or your mailing address. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a fabulous day. And we'll be live again.